Hey Simmers, it's Sims Freeplay Design Heaven back again. I'm doing another visual tour of one of my houses, and it is this house here. I have actually put quite a few photos of this house on Instagram recently, so in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, people have been really excited, or hopefully you've been really excited to see the house tour. So you may have noticed the photos of, a lot of them have been of the roof view. So because I really like the balconies here, so I decided to do something a little bit different with the balconies. I wanted to have a bit of a play around with sort of creating an inside balcony that kind of extends onto the balcony, because these two, so obviously the inside decking here and the outside are very similar. So that's sort of what gave me the inspiration, and from there I kind of just had a bit of a play. But this is the house here, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So let's begin the tour. So basically what we've got is, in this house, just really quickly as an overview, we've got the downstairs where the family lives. Then the family have built a granny flat upstairs for the grandma. And along with the granny flat, there are two apartments. So I haven't decided yet whether or not the apartments are for people who actually live in the house, so these are like permanent apartments, or it's more like an inn where people come in and they're like serviced apartments where people might stay for, you know, a couple of weeks at a time because it's just by the beach. So maybe you guys can comment in the comment section and tell me whether or not once the tour is over, whether or not you feel like it should be a holiday inn or it should actually be apartments, so people could actually live in the house. But nevertheless, let's go. So as you can see, this is a Latin inspired house. So what I wanted to create is a really chic house, but it had really like quite full on Latin vibes. So I've used the Latin windows, I've used the Latin kitchen counters and the stove there. Obviously just little things like the Latin flowers and the mother-in-law's tongue, which I love. I've said this in previous videos, but I love this plant. I wish that we could buy it instead of having to buy the Latin house over and over again, because I literally bought it maybe like 4 or 5 times so that I could get just enough of these plants, because I'm obsessed. Obsessed probably doesn't even cover it, but so that's basically what I've tried to do is make it feel like Latin inspired. So we've got the hallway here, and I've got the fire pits along the house as well, because I thought it was kind of nice and earthy, and I really love fire. I think it's quite warm and inviting in a way, which doesn't sound like it should be, but I've got that feeling and vibe from it, because it's nice and it's sort of cozy. But so this is the lounge room. It's obviously just very simplistic. I really like the effect with the black walls and the Latin windows. I think they work really nicely together. And I think because all of the walls are black in this house, it really makes the floor, it accentuates the floor choices, which I think is quite nice. And it means that you really focus on, it throws focus on the furniture and the flooring, which I hope, this is what I've kind of aimed for, has really come off on this house. So then if we go down here, this is sort of like the entertainment area. Then we've got the dining room there, with all the chairs faced out so they can see the beautiful view of the pool and then of the ocean. I didn't want to have anyone's back towards the ocean. Everyone has to view it so that you can sit there and eat your breakfast or lunch or dinner and really enjoy being by the beach. We've got the kitchen here, which is, just beautiful Latin kitchen. I really like the diamonds in the Latin countertops, how it sort of is mirrored on the floor as well. I really love that. I think the flooring in these countertops really work perfectly together. It's almost like they were meant to be together, which I really like. I really, really like that. If we double back here, we can go through into, this is just like a little, bathroom for guests when they come over. There's a shower there. I'm just thinking in case anyone has a sleepover and sleeps in this room here, there's a shower. So this is the rec room for the kids. And the idea is that this is where they kind of hang out with their friends when they come over. There's a couple of couches there. And the TV, I put the TV on this countertop here because I thought the cupboards there could sort of be like cupboards you open and there's like a DVD player and a couple of DVDs in there. I thought that kind of worked well. Hopefully you guys see that as well. And then if you go off to the side here, this is the office. So I'm thinking potentially it could be, if this was like an inn or a holiday inn with the apartments upstairs, could be where the office is for that. Or maybe one of the Sims, maybe one of the parents works from home and this is their home office, because it's got the bookshelf there. Well, you can't really see the stairs. There's the bookshelf, and then I thought the countertops here, they sort of look like filing cabinets, so that's why I've put them next to the computer there, so it looks a little bit officey. Then if we head down the back here, we've got 2 bedrooms I've got a preteen boy and a teenage girl. And as you can see, they're mirrored. So they're exactly the same, but on the reverse. So they've sort of flipped with the furniture there. But I love these bedrooms, and I actually really love their master bedroom as well. I think this is probably one of the favorite things about this house, is that I just think they're really fun. They're quite stylish. I like how the two windows and the mother-in-law's tongue sort of frame the room. I think it looks really, really nice. So it works in well. So it sort of has that still stylish edge toward as the rest of the house would be. But it also, you can tell like there is, it's a really fun room for a preteen boy. I think he'd really have a lot of fun in this room. And the same with the girls' room, the teenage room in here with like is that Hello Kitty? Or it's not Hello Kitty, but the sort of, it might be a mouse maybe. The mouse wardrobe there that they can use, and we've got one of the cats chilling, so it's Bonnie, one of the cats chilling in the room. But I also really love these lamps. These lamps I try and put them in a lot of kids' rooms because I think they're just so fun and they're so vibrant and colourful, and I think they really work, the Tokyo lamps. Then we've got a bathroom in the middle, so that's just for the kids, two kids to share. Then if we go down to the end of the corridor, we've got the parents' room. So this is the master bedroom, and I'd put that bed in, and I had used that bed recently in one of another bedroom that I just designed, and I was kind of like, I'm doing exactly the same thing. Why don't I try something different? And I put the black framing the bed with the sort of like the table at the end and the two bedside tables there, and immediately I was like, oh cool, this is awesome. It's so different. It's the same bed but it looks so different, and it gives the whole room like quite a different vibe to what all the other rooms that I'd previously decorated with that bed had been. So I was really happy with it. I thought it kind of really comes off quite nicely. Hopefully you guys agree. I know I'm obsessed with black, so you might not agree, but yeah, I really, really liked that. I've got the baby's room here. So the idea behind this baby's room was that when they had the baby, it's ready set up there so that they're close to the mum and the dad, and then finally when the baby was a bit older, potentially they'd move in with the preteen boy, and then this would become a walk-in closet for the family. So it's sort of like a dual area for the family, so it makes more logistical sense for them to have this sort of like alcove here for where the baby can go. And then there's their ensuite as well to the side there, because every parent needs an ensuite. And then if we can go out, so you can go out to the outside through the parents' door here. They've got easy access there as well as the double doors here. And I just wanted to make the outside really focused towards entertaining and really kind of like quite a beach theme, really fun, not too kid friendly. So it's not like, doesn't have a lot of kids' toys or anything like that out there. It's still quite stylish, but I think the kids would love playing in the pool, and I'm sure, somewhere in storage there'd be a whole lot of like kids play stuff as well. So I've got the barbecue there with the tables and chairs, and I've got these two lounge chairs out here, so you can see one of my Sims is lounging out at the moment, and it faces out towards the water, because what better than to sit and watch the waves roll in on the lounge chair. I just love that. I love that idea. So then you can see we've got the stairs on the side here. Now this goes up to a granny flat, and my idea was that the granny is still quite sprightly, and she's moving around. She's still okay. She doesn't need a lift or anything like that. But if it ever got to the stage where she did need a lift, I was thinking she would swap with the teenage girl. So she would take this room, and then potentially the teenage girl could have a little of her own sort of like loft area in the granny flat, so they could swap. So that was the idea. That's why, because I did kind of worry when I put the stairs in. I thought, what about a granny? Would they be okay to go up the stairs? But then, so I came up with that compromise and then what better to have as a teenager than have your own sort of like house, even though it's still at home, so you could still have all your meals with your parents, but you'd have your own sort of like living quarters. So cool. Would be so cool. But this is the granny's area, so she's got a beautiful balcony with a magnificent view. We've got over to the side here is her bedroom. So her bedroom is actually only accessible from the balcony, which was not ideal, but I actually kind of like it. It's kind of cool and kitschy. So the idea was that the parents decorated the house, her granny flat, with the bed and with the kitchen counters and with the bathroom, and then the rest of the furniture the grandma brought in from her own house. So I tried to make it feel like it doesn't really necessarily mesh in with the air, like the room itself. It looks like it has come from from another house, but it still has a sort of really homely quality, and it feels really much like the granny really loves living here, even though it's not her house that she probably wanted to grow old in. It's still like she's near her family, and she's brought all of her beautiful belongings that she's loved all of those years into the house. Evident with, she's got the hand fish that probably one of her grandsons has drawn, was painted for her. But I really loved using these older furnishings. Like I really, really loved it. I loved trying to create this granny flat that vibe. And then the next house that I decorated after this was Bates Motel, which I've already recorded, which I'm going to upload tomorrow. And I just had so much fun using the older style furniture in both these houses, this house and the Bates Motel one, that I think maybe my next one might be a bit of an older style as well. So we'll have to see once I've finished it. But this is the bedroom with amazing views. So amazing views out to the water. And then if we go a little bit further along, they've got the bathroom, but that's enough from the granny flat. What we might do is go downstairs and then visit the apartment. So there are 2 apartments, both accessible from the stairs on the side here. So we've got apartment number 1 we'll go to first. So this is apartment number 1. We go up the stairs and then down into the balcony here. So if we go down, and then so basically the people that live in this house I think are a little bit eclectic. They're a bit artsy. They have the bigger apartment and they have a better view as well. So they're outside. We'll go to the outside first. It's got a bit of a barbecue and a table and chairs there. Amazing views of the water which come back. So they've got the lavender. The color scheme that I wanted to kind of play with in this apartment was based on this rug. So this rug was the inspiration. So I wanted to kind of have like the purples and the light wood, which I thought kind of mirrored the orange. And these paintings here go so perfectly with the rug that I thought it like go Sims, because that is so awesome that they've done that, because it almost seems like it might have been, I don't know if it was by accident or on purpose, but I love the fact that I can have the paintings in this room that tie beautifully in with the rug here. They've got the pink here and the roses as well, and the countertops as well with the blue as well. Well, the blue doesn't really go in, but I think that looks quite nice as well. And then if we go down this corridor here, they've got a little a bathroom as well. Their bathroom is bigger than Unit 2 as well. So they've got a bigger apartment, better balcony, and a bigger bathroom. So they would obviously be paying more than apartment 2. But that's apartment 2. So let's go back downstairs and go across to apartment number 2. I think I just said the other one was apartment number 2, but no, that was 1. This is 2. So we'll go upstairs and we'll go in. So these people's style is a little bit more, I'd say maybe of a heightened style. So these guys are very crisp with the way that they've designed their apartment. It is very, very slick, very it's quite warm and inviting as well, but it is obviously using a lot of white, is very sort of clean. So it's like a cleansing sort of a palette that they've got here, which I think is quite nice. So they might be a bit older, I'm thinking, than the people that live in apartment number 1. But that's their little kitchen, and they've got the Scandinavian chairs, which are my absolute fave. I love those chairs so much. And then if we go out here, we've got the tables and chairs in the barbecue area as well. Also, I forgot to mention that these are actually studio apartments. So as you can see, even though technically the beds are in a different room, I've done it so that the openings suggest that it's all one room. And I really love that. I really love that sort of studio apartment living. I hadn't done that before in any of my houses actually, so I really wanted to have a play around with that as well. And then finally the balconies, which I've just had so much fun with, because obviously the flooring in the inside part is almost the same, but going the different way, very similar to the balcony paving. So I was super happy when that came out, because I thought, why not have a bit of a play around with it? And hopefully, I think it's worked. I really am happy with the way that it looks. I think it's a really interesting look to the outside of the house, which is really good. And it's really fun as well that you can now put the roof view on without going into the roof, like without going into the build it mode. I love that. That was such a great move of the Sims. So thank you so much for that, guys, because it's really kind of given me a little bit more inspiration to make my houses look a little bit more interesting with the roof on. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this tour. I really love this house. I really, really do. Everything from, the add-ons that I've recently done with the apartments and the granny flats to the original house down the bottom. It's like one of my favorite houses. I love it to death. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Leave me any comments in the comment section if you think you would add something to this house or you'd do something differently, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like this video if you liked it, so give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel as well. There's heaps more videos coming out. Tomorrow I'm releasing the Bates Motel one for Halloween. So lots more videos to come, and find me on Instagram. My Instagram is @SimsFreeplay_DesignHeaven. Thanks so much for spending some time with me, guys. It's been great speaking to you, and hopefully I will speak to you soon.